For this Filmy Friday edition of the Surfing Violinist Daily, I am going to be reviewing 4 movies that I saw in December, and they just so happen to be 2 movies from the West and 2 movies from India. I've got Anurag Kashyap's Ugly, and David Fincher's Gone Girl, and Rajkumar Hirani's PK, and Peter Jackson's The Hobbit, The Battle of the 5 Armies. So I'm going to give it a review of all 4 of those, holly-bolly, cross-cultural film nerd style. Also, Melissa cooks us some eggs and talks about the difference between cooking gas and cooking electric. Satya recreates a scene from Seeta Aur Geeta in Minecraft, and me and Rohan reenact a scene from Lagaan. So all that and some other randomness today on the Surfing Violinist Daily. Melissa's cooking some eggs today. So how's it different cooking eggs in India versus cooking eggs in America?
Not too different, actually.
Is there a difference cooking between gas and
probably. Gas always cooks a whole lot faster.
There's one perk, an unexpected perk, because most of the places we've ever had, it's always been electric stoves, right? So gas, instantly. You got the flame. I never understood that statement until we came here. Cooking with gas! Better than cooking with electric. Have you ever cooked with induction?
Yes.
What is that like?
Tricksy, because I don't understand how to work the machine.
There you have it, folks. Tutorials with Melissa and Ford. It looks like some yummy eggs. If you'd like to see any one of these in more detail, just post a comment below. Whichever movie gets the most votes, I'll do a holly-bolly film nerd review for. One of those 12-minute spoiler-filled discussions. I'll keep these spoiler-free for today. Okay, so Gone Girl, we'll start there. So I think Gone Girl, technically, from script to direction to acting to lighting, camera, all those things, I think it's just nearly as good as a film of its type can be. So if I were to give it a star rating, I would give it 4 out of 5 stars. There's something that keeps me from giving it 4.5. So my inclination is to give it the full shocked emoticon right at the top of the emoticonometer, as Rosamund Pike's character is, in my opinion, the Heisenberg for women. Like, she's the female Heisenberg. There's just no messing with this lady. This is kind of supposed to be spoiler free, and that's kind of already spoiling a little bit of it, so I won't say anything more than that, other than to say I think everyone did a great job. Rosamund Pike has finally been given a role that she deserves. She's such a versatile actress. So I think just all around the film is great. So to research for Satya's Filmy Friday project today, she is doing what?
Watching this movie.
What is it?
Seeta Aur Geeta.
You could have put on subtitles. I'm sorry, you've been watching this whole time without subtitles?
No, this is good Hindi practice.
Good Hindi practice, alright. Rohan, eat your meat. Eat your meat. You can't expect to eat your pudding if you don't eat your meat. Eat the meat, Your Highness. Eat the meat. Hey, we're trying to act the scene here.
Mama.
Very kingly of you, Your Highness. Scene didn't quite go according to plan. I don't even remember the Captain Russell's actual lines. So.
I know, other than
it's just eat the meat. Eat the meat, Your Highness.
I remember.
Does he say it in Hindi? I think he does say it in Hindi. Like,
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
Me shakahari hu. With the help of Totoro, Satya is recreating the scene from Seeta Aur Geeta.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. That's great. You got your like.
Yeah, just don't look at that side. I made that side because we don't show it in the movie, but still. I'm still working. 1 second. I need to do something.
So what is the monkey's name?
Mun.
You named it Mun. What do you think about that
Easy
name?
for him to say.
What do you think about that name, Rohan? Mun.
And
Do you want to say Mun? Mun. Oh, poor Mun. And then the other thing that's sad for Mun is he has a hole in his side.
Yeah, Bobby
It's
did
very
that.
painful.
I'm sure he did that. He always
Oh, he probably didn't.
He did. I'm
You
sure.
want to hold Mun? Oh, that's better. Mun misses you. Yeah.
नीचे आ जाओ बेटी Upar aaja moti.
So not so much the entire scene, just 2 shots, but you know, hey, she made the entire police station.
Yeah.
Good job. The character design, you know, on Geeta and Auntie and Uncle, I mean, that's some serious character design there.
It's just a dog and a...
Hey, but you made the fan. How did you do the fan?
You put a fence post on the ceiling, a marble half slab. Then you put one in the middle, one on the side, and one on each side. That's a really simple fan. It's not a very good looking fan.
Ugly, on the other hand, where I feel like everything that Gone Girl was attempting to do, Gone Girl succeeded in doing. Ugly lives up to its name, but I feel like it's just trying so hard to show the dark side of human nature that it just ends up swinging and missing. I mean, he's definitely swinging for a home run or for a 6, whatever you want to call it, but he's, for me, it was just a strikeout. Like, I've just seen too many movies that are very much like it. It reminds me of someone straight out of film school making a movie and trying to not have, and in order to buck convention, they just make no character sympathetic. And it's just, yeah, it's ugly. I mean, it does live up to that. Star rating for me, as far as technical proficiency, 3 out of 5. As far as my emoticon-omometer, it's a meh. It's a full meh. There have already been movies done that accomplish this goal. You want a foreign movie that does it? Old Boy. There you go. Just go watch Old Boy. You want an American movie that does it? Fargo, Reservoir Dogs. As far as a kidnapping movie, Gone Girl does a better job. As far as a kidnapping movie with kids, Prisoners does a better job. Even Gone Baby Gone does a better job. And that's not a perfect movie. There's plenty of problems with that movie. But there's something that ties that movie together. And I just feel like Ugly, about after the first police room scene, it just falls apart and it just doesn't know what it's supposed to be doing. There's just too much, even that scene is just too much Tarantino. A meh from me, and about 3 out of 5 stars. So what happened in your check writing depositing adventure?
Oh man, okay, let me just tell you, rain and construction do not go well together. So the bank parking lot is just a big mud pit. And they hadn't laid out any wood or anything. It was a big mess. So I got mud on my boot, now I gotta clean it off. Good, feel sorry for me. At least I didn't slip and fall on my bum. More exciting as I stopped by the local export store. Guys, don't you want to see the surfing violinist dress a little snazzier? Woo! I mean, you kind of have to take what they have.
Wow.
But I will love it.
What's enormous though? Look how big that
I
thing
know,
is.
they didn't have it. It was the only.
Engulfs me. It's like a dress. It's like a muumuu or whatever those things are. Like, enormity.
It looks so nice in it.
So we are going to Chili's. This is probably our favorite bit of America food. In Delhi, we seem to always go there. One of the closest, in terms of a franchise, it's the closest to the original that we found. Closer than Fridays, closer than McDonald's, closer than KFC. Hard Rock does a really good job too, but it generally ends up for us being a little more expensive. Once in a very long while kind of thing. Hard Rock is not a place that we would go to very often back in America because we didn't have one in our hometown. Did we get a Hard Rock in Panama City Beach? Did we end up getting one?
Hard Rock. I think we have one. Check it out. Dude!
Dude, he is not even budging.
He's getting some seva.
Now to the happy movies. Rajkumar Hirani's PK. I liked it a lot. My gut reaction is to say that I like it better than 3 Idiots, but I probably need to go back and watch 3 Idiots. All Hirani films that I've seen just get a little bit loopy in the 3rd act, and they go full masala in the 3rd act. That happens here as well. I'll give it 3.5 out of 5. I think as far as it succeeds brilliantly at being a Bollywood movie, but there are just just a few too many liberties that they take. So I don't think I can quite give it the same star rating that I give Gone Girl, for instance. They are, you know, they do have different goals, but I think Gone Girl succeeds at what it's trying to do better than PK does. But I really liked PK. It does get an XD from me. That brings me to The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies. I think I'd put The Hobbit just a little bit under PK, honestly. And that is just because it makes the same mistakes that the first two Hobbit movies make, and that is excess. Just too much exposition, too many characters, love interests that don't need to be there, that reluctant hero crap. Having said all that, I really actually enjoyed this film. Made me feel like I was in Middle Earth again. The other two did not make me feel that, hardly ever. It made me kind of fall in love with it again, and there's some great scenes between that Bilbo gets in this movie. Scenes with Bilbo that are spot on. Like, Bilbo finally plays a role and saves the day, and he saves the day in a way that a hobbit is supposed to save it, not by pulling out a sword and beating bad guys, but by his strength of character and his resolve to return home. The scene with the acorn and the Arkenstone was just brilliant. We needed more of that in the rest of it. So from a technical perspective, still, I just feel like there's problems with the script, so I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5. But it'll get an XD from me, one of my more subjective motoconomometer, because I really ended up liking it even with all the faults. If I had to pick one of the two, I will go with PK on its own merits, because a lot of what I like about The Hobbit is just the fact that 3 movies behind it that have so much emotional resonance for me. And then the end credits scene with that Billy Boyd song pretty much made me get a little misty in the theater there. I might have shed a bit of tears. Something got in my eye, though, I think. So.
Some salty water got in your eye?
Shut up!
Don't say that.
Oh man, that's the problem. Yeah, so do let me know if you'd like to see any of these films explored in more detail, and the one that gets the most votes, comments and or votes in a comment. You can thumbs up a comment if you agree with it. You don't have to just keep putting it. That would actually help me. If whoever is the first, just say Gone Girl first, and then everyone else just thumbs up that comment. That would be really helpful. So what about you? If you've seen all 4 of these movies, which do you think is the best? What ratings do you give? Let us know. Got enough there? Just drank his weight in Coke.
$2.49 burger night, Ford. What you should have got.
$2.49 burger night. I blew it. I got this honey chipotle chicken thing I've gotten before at the other one. This is the second time we've gotten something that hasn't been the same. I was here bragging on it. I took one dip of the sauce, and this is what happens when I eat Indian Chinese food. There's some spice in there, and it hits the back of my throat, and it makes me cry uncontrollably. It's not that it's just too spicy for my tongue. It's like I have an allergic reaction to it or something. Like, I'm serious. Like, there must be some sort of spice that I just cannot have. And so this has it in it. It's not the same as the one in the side couch.
Delicious.
How's your French fries? Fascinating. How about you?
Very good. She had a miss as well. They were out of pepperoni pizza.
They were out of pepperoni pizza and chips and salsa, so an off night here.
Good French fries, you can't really go wrong. So.
This is true. So, until tomorrow, keep it creative, keep it cross-cultural, and keep it constructive, YouTubers. Thank you very much.